Well, it's September 30 today, which is the last day of the quarter here in Australia, and it's always an exciting day on the last day of the quarter for us at the Workshop Whisperer, particularly for our engine room clients, because it is the day of the quarter when they get access to the profit that we have helped them put away in their business, which is a reflection of the reward they get for being the ones that take all the risk to run the business. We're very strong believers here at the Workshop Whisperer that the owner should be remunerated in two ways. The first being for the role that you perform in the business. So that would be your wage or your salary. And I'm sure if you have a think about it, you will be quite certain that if you went and did for somebody else's business what you're currently doing for your own business, that would be a six-figure salary. And then there's the second part of the remuneration, which is that reward for taking all the risk. And that's where profit comes in. So we have a very specific finance structure that we help our engine room clients implement. And that allows them, most of them, for the first time in a long time, to actually start seeing pools of money forming inside of the business once we help them get their pricing and margins to where they need to be. Bring their expenses into line with where they should be against benchmarks. And it allows a real sense of safety to form because for the first time, perhaps ever, there is actually money there inside the business. And pretty quickly, having to scrounge around to pay for last month's parts becomes a thing of the past. But the particularly exciting thing about today's profit distribution is that we've got a lot of businesses up and down the East Coast in New South Wales, the ACT and Victoria, and some in Auckland in New Zealand as well, who even though they have been in extended lockdown, are still taking a profit distribution today. And that is an enormous feat given the conditions, that these businesses have still been able to, even with reduced trade, still continue to follow the protocols and follow the path, and are still today being rewarded for sticking with the plan. And we're so excited for each and every one of those clients, and particularly the clients who were with us very early last year when we were really ramming home the idea, excuse me, the idea of needing to have a war chest way back at the start of COVID. We need to be gathering these funds because we don't know what's going to happen here. And those clients that were with us back then that established a war chest and have gone back into lockdown in the middle of this year, some of them have had the luxury of being able to use the war chest. Some of them had managed to get their business to such a point where they didn't need to use their war chest. So that money has remained intact. So my message here for you today is that if you are still in that struggle of paying this month and struggling this month to get the money together to pay last month's parts, I want to give you confidence that there is another way. And yes, it requires discipline, and yes, it requires work, and it is uncomfortable to start with because there's all these things that we've got to unlearn about the financial conditioning that we've had, but the results are pandemic proof. And in a world where so many things have proven not to be pandemic proof, it's a pretty amazing thing. So I want to give a shout out to all of our engine room clients today, some of whom are using their profits to pay down debt, and some of whom have managed to pay themselves out of debt completely and are using their profit distribution to do things in their personal life, like put in pools and pay off home loans, and for the really lucky ones, book holidays. And for those of you watching this video and who are concerned about what that looks like for tax, our process accounts for the tax at the same time. So you're never wanting, when it comes to the end of the financial year, you've already got that money allocated. So If you haven't had the same experience in the last little while and there isn't profit there for you to take out of your business, I do strongly encourage that you book a call to have a chat with our membership team to see if we're a good fit to work together, because this could be you at the end of the next quarter. We had one client who joined us 3 months ago who has $46,000 sitting in profit today. So that could be you. That could be you, and it could be more money. It all depends on the size of your business. So I hope you take heart from that. Rather than feeling bad about it, because it is a wonderful thing, and I hope you join me in celebrating with our engine room clients, many of whom are also members here in the Your Profitable Auto Repair Shop and are often in here sharing best practice with you, giving you answers to your questions. So thanks for joining me live. For those of you who are on here, make sure you let me know that you watched it live, and if you caught the replay, let me know that too. But have a great day and happy end of the quarter.